Stephanie Henschel for the defense. May I proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Please introduce yourself to the court and spell your last name for the record.
My name is Jackie Hunter. Hunter spelled Hunter.
Ms. Hunter, what do you do for a living?
Well, I'm the journalist for the Midlands Voice.
Why did you decide to become a journalist?
Well, I really want to connect people with issues that matter in their lives. You see, I make broccoli taste like s'mores. No matter how dry or boring the issue is, I get the chance to make it interesting and make them want to read it.
Well, before you worked at the Midlands Voice, where did you have a job?
Well, I worked at Proctor World Amusement Park for about 4 years.
Well, I want to start with the first year you worked at the park. What year was that?
It was about in 2009. I got to clean up the mess that people made. The rides made them really sick. It was unglamorous, but fortunately I got a promotion the next year.
Well, what did you do the next year in 2010?
Yes, I was a floating ride operator. I worked all the rides. When the original ride operators were on breaks or vacation or were sick that day.
Well, as a floating ride operator, which rides were you responsible for working?
All of them, but the two in particular that I normally worked was the Mind Eraser and the Tunnel of Terror.
Now I want to take those two rides one at a time. You said that one of the rides you were responsible for was the Mind Eraser. How did you operate that ride?
Well, the Mind Eraser had this dashboard, and it had all the controls on it. There was a green button for go, a red button for stop, and then a large lever for blackout mode.
Well, where were those buttons and where were that lever? Where were they located in relation to each other?
Really far away from each other. And blackout mode was at the top right corner.
Well, now you said that you also worked the Tunnel of Terror. Was the layout of the buttons on the dashboard the same on the Tunnel of Terror as it was the Mind Eraser?
No, it was really different. Again, it did have the green and the red button and the little lever for blackout mode, but they were really close together. I mean, with one swipe of your hand, you could hit them all.
Well, in 2011, did you continue to work as a ride operator at the park, Ms. Hunter?
I did, and then I also did some maintenance work.
Why did you have to do maintenance work?
Well, because the rides were really old and mechanical, they weren't electronic like the newer ones are, they would break down easily. So when we would work the rides, if the ride happened to break down, we had to fix them.
Ms. Hunter, were you provided with any tools to do maintenance work on these rides?
There was tools in the employee locker room, and we also had multi-tool knives with screwdrivers and knives and stuff like that.
Now, I also want to talk about what you did at the summer of 2012. Did you work at the park again as a ride operator?
I did, and I also helped the parks accountant, Haley Floyd.
And when you worked for Haley Floyd, what were some of the things that you did?
I just did tasks that she needed me to do for that day.
Well, over the summer of 2012, did you ever get to see who was working the ticket booth?
Yeah, I did. Cameron Poole worked the ticket booth.
Over the summer of 2012, did you ever see Whit Bowman working inside of that ticket booth?
No, I've never seen that happen, no.
Did you ever see Whit Bowman handing out wristbands to customers at the park?
No. It was always Cameron Poole.
Thank you. Your Honor, at this time I have nothing further.